This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host.
Coming up next on Talk Today, we learn about the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center in Miami. We'll also hear about a celebration of Honduran independence that is a fundraiser to help a school in Honduras. And of course, we'll have some open line so you can tell us what's on your mind. Talk Today next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Stay cyber.
Good afternoon, everybody. Somebody trying to cut it on me. Yes, good afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden, and thank you for joining me on the radio or online, wherever your choice of media may be. Good that you could join in here. And it's a kind of rainy, overcast afternoon here in Georgetown. You know, it's one of those September days. And I can't believe we're basically halfway through September already. I guess time flies when you're having fun. Are we having fun, Susan? Yes, Susan said, yeah, we're having a ball here in the studio. Having lots of fun. Yes, it's September. Lots of things been going on in September too. You know, you're having a lot of awareness days, or for the month. Awareness events. There was Literacy Day. Of course, in my other world, in my other realm, literacy is every day. Every day is Literacy Day because that's what my wife and I do, right? Literacy at I Read for Life, and we've got the code. We've got the secret code. If you want it, we got it. We have the code to the English language, and literacy is so important. It's probably the fundamental, most important subject in school, really, or in not just school, in life. If you can't read, you're probably not going too far in life, because you got to be able to read in this modern world to be able to function. And never mind, yeah, I know you got the AI and you can talk into your phone. You don't even have to text anymore. But kind of hard to operate and be a real productive, functional person in the world if you can't read. And you're not going to go too far. As a matter of fact, as far as Cayman is concerned, if you can't read, there's a good chance as far as you'll go is northward or Fairbanks Prison, because it's a known fact that people who can't read they have more of a chance of having police encounters than people who can read, because they run into a lot of barriers, and it's hard to cope. And a lot of people that aren't literate end up in prison. That's just a fact of life. And yesterday there was another Awareness Day, World Suicide Prevention Day, and that was also observed here in Cayman. And there's a lot of concern about our young people, not just suicide, which is a very serious thing. Mental health among teenagers in general is so many different kind of pressures that are out there for young people now that people of my age and even younger than me never had to really face. Social media is like this animal that a double-edged sword. It's good, and it can be very bad too. And I was looking at this press release here, and it was talking about the World Suicide Prevention Day, and which was created back in 2003 by the International Association for Suicide Prevention, in conjunction with the World Health Organization. And within our community, it says the topic of youth mental health broadly and suicide prevention in particular has been a focal point of discussion for several years now. Mental health data from the National Drug Council's Cayman Islands Student Drug Use Survey, which was analyzed with support from the Alex Panton Foundation, has provided concerning information about Cayman's youth who are considering or engaging in self-harm, have thoughts of suicide, or have actually tried to end their lives. So you can see that this is a serious situation that needs attention. The release goes on to talk about that at the Inspire Youth Meetup event in October last year, over 200 students from across all the schools in Cayman, including homeschooling, but public school, private school, homeschoolers, they all came together to discuss their experience with mental health, self-care, and community well-being, challenges in relationships, hostile school environments. I guess that's like, where kids are bullied, lack of face-to-face interaction, cultural issues, the negative impact of social media, drug use, and loss of hope. That's a serious one. When you lose hope, a loss of hope. All these were identified as major themes following a thematic analysis of the event's data. There's a great movie on Netflix called Adolescence. If you have access to Netflix, that's a movie that you should really check out. It's not one of those movies, that makes you feel good at the end. That's all. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who wants to check it out, but I highly recommend it. Some very, very powerful acting, and it's centered around the murder of a young girl, and the young boy who's accused of murdering her. But a very, very powerful and moving movie. And one of the things that interested me in that movie was the code of social media. People communicate on social media not just with, text. What they are messaging, we all know about emojis and all that, but in that movie, it is pointed out where a color of something means something. If it's red today, it means one thing. If it's blue tomorrow, it's another. And words that are used. What was that one? Incel. That was like a put down for especially young men. Incel. I had never heard of that before. I had to go look it up. Involuntarily celibate, and abbreviated to incel. And it's an insult because that is what they would call young men, or men in general, but it's a young term. Young men who can't score with the girls. You're involuntarily celibate because you can't get along with the girls. You can't entice them to like you for whatever reason. Whether you're an awkward person, you're not attractive, whatever the reason that you can't seem to get with a girl, you're an incel, and that's a put down. And on social media, they will brand a young man an incel, and that's your label, and it's not a good label. And that's among the things that young people have to put up with. We've all heard about social media bullying, and it really has a high impact on young people and their self-image. And at that age, of course, you're going through so much about yourself when you're a teenager, right? Trying to find who you are, trying to find your identity. You want to be accepted. You want to be popular. And if you're not, then you really feel bad about yourself. But those are a lot of the things that drive young people to having mental health issues, and of course, ultimately, in some cases, thoughts of suicide. I have to take a break, but I'll be right back.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, Try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Hey K-Man, it's your boy Jordi Duarte, and watch out for us September 13th at 6 p.m. We will be celebrating Honduras Independence Day at the Old Roti Shop location now known as Island Bar. We're going to have delicious food, baleadas, pastelitos, chicharrón, punta, and country competitions. Make sure you guys show out. All the proceeds are going to the Jose Cecilia de Valle School in Savannah Bight. They're going to need some repairs, so we're making sure we all get together and make it happen. It's $25 at the door. Make sure you guys get your tickets. You could also get them on Eventpro or the Savannah Bike Care Club at 928-6943. See you guys there, and I can't wait to play some music for y'all.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Kim and Brack and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Are you feeling overwhelmed, sad, stressed out, or suicidal and need support? Call 1-800-534-6463. K-Mind, Mental Health Helpline. It's okay to ask for help. K-Mind Mental Health Helpline, available from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Friday. It's free and confidential support and guidance on your emotional and psychological health.
Marriage is a journey worth investing in. On Saturday, September 20th, join author, coach, and speaker, Mr. Wesley Jones from Panama, for a life-changing marriage workshop at the Generational Hub, Old Woods Furniture Store behind Airport Foster's. Discover tips on how to continue loving in your marriage, strengthen your bond, and inspire the next generation that marriage works. Enjoy breakfast at 10 a.m., followed by a powerful workshop and question and answer session. Space is limited. RSVP as soon as possible. Call 916-6182. A Kimpton gift certificate is up for grabs for the person inviting the most couples. This is a free event. Strong marriages build strong families, and strong families build strong communities.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And if you want to let us know what is on your mind, you can, of course, pick up the phone, give us a call. If you're on the Flow system, 1-800-534-8255. That's compliments of Flow. You can also call 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. Well, Susan was just reminding me that's 24 years since the 9/11 attack in New York. Of course, that brought everyone to a standstill as we watched that tragedy on our TVs. And it's also another 9/11 date for Cayman. Do you remember Hurricane Ivan? Yeah, Hurricane Ivan. Was that 21 years ago? Boy, what a day that was. You know, that's something that those of us who went through it will remember all the rest of our lives, because that was an event that, man, that was a terror. No one wants to go through that again. Of course, we learned a lot of lessons with that hurricane. A lot of different building techniques being used now, and we know how important it is to properly fill land. And when we're building houses on especially low-lying land, And when you build a house, you got to build up the area so that you can be a little bit above sea level there, if at all possible. Because we were devastated. People actually ended up outside. I've heard a lot of stories about people, roofs gone. They were actually in the storm, experiencing it outside, and until they could get to either like a neighbor or someplace where they could get some shelter. But thank God, September 2025 has been quiet, and I hope it remains that way. And another thing that was part of our September here, as far as awareness, is we heard about right here on Talk Today. We heard about Alzheimer's awareness and dementia in general, which sometimes people will confuse, dementia, Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's is a dementia. And we had some callers who were, giving suggestions as to how people can help themselves to prevent this, and or where the source of it is. We heard someone's call and say about genetics plays a part, and it does, and about keeping active, and that is very much a part of helping to reduce the chances, at least, of not having Alzheimer's. Nothing can be guaranteed to prevent Alzheimer's, but maybe you can reduce the chances of it. I took a look here at a website, alzheimers.gov, a U.S.-based website, I guess yes, it does an official website of the United States government. And it was talking about what are the risk factors for Alzheimer's. And interestingly enough, and I didn't realize this, is race and gender are also factors that influence risk. Research shows that African Americans, American Indians, and Alaska Natives have the highest rates of dementia, and that risk factor may differ for women and men. Researchers are investigating what's behind these differences. And, so much research still to go on this, even though there's been some advances, but no cure yet. And it gave an example of how people, you can't control your genes, you can't control your gender, but people do have control over their behavior. And that's where there is some hope. For example, you can influence the risk for certain diseases like heart disease. If you have high blood pressure, well, control the blood pressure, whether with lifestyle changes or medication. And if you control the blood pressure, then you control your risk for heart disease and heart attack. And for Alzheimer's and related dementias, no behavior or lifestyle factors have risen to the level of researchers being able to say, this will definitely prevent this disease. But there are some promising avenues, as they call it. The number of older Americans is rising. Remember, this is a U.S. government website, so that's why the number of older Americans is rising. But I think that applies to us here in Cayman, too. We have more and more older Caymanians, older residents. So the number of people with dementia is predicted to increase. However, some studies have shown that incidence rates of dementia, meaning new cases in a population over a certain period of time, have decreased in some locations, including the U.S. Based on observational studies, factors such as healthy lifestyle behaviors and higher levels of education may be contributing to such decline, but the cause and effect is uncertain, and such factors need to be tested in a clinical trial to prove whether they can prevent dementia. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, Chalo.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm still alive, man. That's so good. After coming through all the Glidden but this morning I was looking at the anniversary of 911 in the US, and they were reading out all the names, and I had seen that before still. But it's very sad. Sometimes I had to shed a tear, man, because once a family loses a member, it actually you got to be strong that not going to destroy the family going forward.
Yeah, there were so many people at one time that just went like that.
Yeah, man, I tell you. And I remember that day, I was down at the Ritz-Carlton doing some heavy jackhammer work, man, down inside them swamp holes where we're going to put down piles. This is after the piles are being poured, and you got to cut them down to the right level. And that's some hard concrete there, man. I remember. And I didn't really get to see it until I finished work that day. I didn't get to see what was really taking place up there. But when my co-worker came to me and asked me, what's going on up in the United States, man, some horrible thing going on up there, I said, it could be terrorists, be terrorist attack. Because, see, that building that Bin Laden had tried to take that out before that, but where they put the explosives was on the ground. It never did much effect. So apparently they went back to the drawing board and said, well, boy, if we hit that from the center, we're going to take it down. And to see how that was done for the years that those guys were there in school learning how to fly those planes and things. And again, just like yesterday, American security, you want to wonder where it is. How that man got killed yesterday, see where President Kennedy got killed from upper floors, high-powered weapons. You want to wonder where American security is.
Yeah, well, it's hard to, be secure against a lone wolf.
I tell you, man. Yeah, Chalo, again though, with Ivan.
Yeah, you remember going through Ivan?
Ritz-Carlton, same way, man.
You were at Ritz-Carlton too?
Yeah, I was there for years.
That's where you wrote it out?
No, I was in Midland Acres then. That was a good place to be. Because Midland Acres is built up, so it's
high ground.
Flood. Yeah, it never flood. But I did 8 years at the Ritz, man. That's one of the best jobs I had in Cayman, I tell you. Made some good money there. But after that hurricane, after I went blow that weekend, man, I found myself with a $1,000 check. That was no good to me neither, because banks
were closed.
Yeah, you got to wait a while before they come back.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that, they always say in preparing for a hurricane, go get some cash. because especially if it's a a Cat 4, you don't know what tomorrow is going to be like.
Yeah, man.
You know.
But anyway, Chalo, I found myself in the line of people by Foster's. I'll always shop at Foster's, man, as long as I can shop, because I don't forget. It comes into my mind every once and again, I stand up in a line of about 300 people, man, and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm not going home. But there's no way for me to go. I go stay in that line because I need one of those free bags that Foster's giving away. And at last, I got there. And I was happy to get that bag. You understand?
Yeah, those were some rough days. Listen, I'll have to take a break, but thank you so much for the call, eh?
Yeah, man. Later, man.
All right. Have a good afternoon. We'll be right back with more Talk Today after this.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
When a hurricane hits, unexpected costs can add up fast. Homeowners are usually out of pocket for these costs to get supplies or make minor repairs. But with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks after a Category 3 or stronger storm, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco Homeowners Insurance. Call 949-8101 or visit Cineco.ky for a quote. That's Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
We are now in the hurricane season, and to survive a hurricane, you need to be informed. If you have been informed by official sources that a hurricane is approaching the Cayman Islands, and you live in a low-lying area that is prone to flooding or near the beaches, which may be swept by high tides or storm waves, please seek a safe place and high ground. If the only way for you to get to a safe place is a road that is also likely to be flooded during a storm, please leave home early. Don't run the risk of being stranded. This has been a public service announcement from your community station, Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And previously I was talking about dementia and Alzheimer's. And here are a few things that if you're concerned about that, and actually these tips are good generally, but if dementia, Alzheimer's runs in the family, or you've had some warning signs, here are some things that you can do to help yourself as far as reducing your risk of actually having Alzheimer's or some other dementia. Control high blood pressure. That's the first thing on the list. High blood pressure or hypertension has harmful effects on the heart, blood vessels, and brain, and increases the risk of stroke and vascular dementia. So treating high blood pressure with medication and healthy lifestyle changes such as exercising, quitting smoking. All that will help to reduce the risk of dementia. Manage blood sugar. One of our callers yesterday was talking about how people just eat too much sugar. Higher than normal levels of blood sugar or glucose can lead to diabetes and may increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, cognitive impairment, and dementia. Making healthy food choices, getting regular exercise, again, stop smoking, and checking glucose levels can help manage blood sugar. Maintain a healthy weight. Yeah, that's one that I have to check on. Being overweight or obese increases the risk of related health problems such as diabetes and heart disease. Being active and choosing healthy foods can help maintain a healthy weight. Eat a healthy diet. Aim for a mix of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean meats and seafood, unsaturated fats such as olive oil, low-fat or non-fat dairy products, and limit other fats and sugars. Keep physically active. Physical activity has many health benefits, such as helping to prevent being overweight and having obesity, heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure. Aim to get at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity each week. Stay mentally active. Lots of activities can help keep your mind active, including reading, playing board games, crafting, or taking up a new hobby, learning a new skill, working, or volunteering and socializing. Stay connected with family and friends. Connecting with people and engaging in social activities can prevent social isolation and loneliness, which are linked to higher risks for cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. So isolation, that's not a good thing at all. Treat hearing problems. Hearing loss may affect cognition and dementia risk in older adults and can make it more difficult to interact with others. Protect your ears from loud sounds to help prevent hearing loss, and use hearing aids if needed. So all you guys out there, with the loud music in the cars and everything, you're damaging your ears. And those guys in those trucks, with those Jake brakes, that terrible sound that comes from those big trucks. Take care of your mental and physical health. This includes getting your recommended health screenings, managing chronic health issues such as depression or high cholesterol, and regularly checking in with your care provider. Yeah, get a little checkup at once a year there. Sleep well. Our caller yesterday was also talking about the importance of getting enough sleep. Sleeping well is important for both your mind and body. Try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Talk with your doctor if you're not getting enough sleep, sleeping poorly, or think you may have a sleeping disorder. Prevent head injuries. Take steps to prevent falls and head injuries, such as fall-proofing your home and wearing shoes with non-skid soles that fully support your feet. I got some non-skid socks to walk around my house. Keep you from slipping. Consider participating in fall prevention programs online or in your area. Also wear seatbelts and helmets to protect you from concussions and other brain injuries. Drink less alcohol. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to falls and worsen health conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, memory loss, and mood disorders. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, part of the National Institutes of Health, recommends that men should not have more than 2 drinks a day. You got that, guys? 2 drinks a day. That's it. And women, only 1 drink a day. Stop tobacco use. At any age, stopping smoking can improve your health and lower the risk of heart attack, stroke, and lung disease. Let me tell you, when I stopped smoking cigarette, that was one of the greatest things that I ever did to take care of myself. You're out there, you're young. Back in those days, smoking was, everybody was doing it, it seemed. But as soon as you stop smoking, your lungs start to clean out themselves, starts to self-repair, and you get to you get to feel better. It's amazing what a difference that makes. Food tastes better, right? And today, I cannot stand the smell of a cigarette. I used to smoke almost 2 packs a day at one point in my life. And today now, I cannot stand the smell of a cigarette burning. Sometimes even if you're driving and you have your window down and somebody's smoking a cigarette in the car in front of you, you stop in traffic or something, and you can actually smell that cigarette in the car up ahead of you, because they got their window down too. Terrible stuff. So if you smoke, get rid of it, man. You'll feel better almost immediately. It's 1 o'clock, and that is news time, so let's check in with the newsroom.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. A U.S. visitor has been fined $20,000 after 8 rounds of hunting ammunition were discovered in his bag when he arrived in Cayman by private plane. The court accepted Keith Wing's explanation that the bullets were forgotten after a Texas hunting trip. He was given 48 hours to pay before his passport was returned. The ammunition will be destroyed. In international headlines, authorities in Morocco say the death toll from last week's powerful earthquake has surpassed 2,800, with rescue efforts ongoing in hard-hit mountain villages as survivors face shortages of shelter and clean water. And Apple has launched its latest iPhone model at an event in California, touting upgraded cameras and faster processors. The new lineup includes the iPhone 16 and a more affordable SE version aimed at expanding global market share. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Holroy Eric Lorenzo Walton, born on August 13, 1936 in Bogasan, Cayman, was not only an avid artist and seaman, affectionately named Roy, he also made significant impacts in the construction industry, founding H&A Construction in 1972 and working on landmark projects. He was also a passionate educator, hosting free art classes for children and fostering creativity through an annual art competition at Spot Bay Primary School. Roy and his wife Anne were dedicated to preserving the heritage of the Sister Islands, designing the lighthouse statue at the Cayman Brac and Little Cayman's Seamen's Center. Roy's efforts in collecting and displaying seafaring history ensured that the stories of Caymanian seafarers would be passed down to future generations. His life's work continues to resonate with the community and beyond.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And let's do a little quick weather report here at Owen Roberts International. It's 86 degrees out there, feeling like 104. Winds 1.8 knots out of the southwest. And the forecast is calling for thunderstorms this afternoon, isolated showers this evening, and partly cloudy skies tonight. And the forecast also calls for slight seas with wave heights at 1 to 3 feet. And if you take a look at the radar, there's lots of little patches of rain here in the Northwest Caribbean and in the Cayman area in general. So I guess it'll be on again, off again, showers. And taking a look at the Sister Islands, a lot of little patches there. As my radar showing some rain over Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Of course, that radar is there's about a 10-minute lag there. Rain over the Sister Islands and rain in our region. Taking a look at the National Hurricane Center in Miami, their forecast map showing a tropical wave is forecast to emerge offshore of West Africa by tomorrow, and environmental conditions could support some slow development of this system over the weekend and into early next week, while the wave moves towards the west or west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour over the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. Formation chances over through the next 7 days. The Hurricane Center is giving it a 30% chance, and I say the projected area that the wave will take has a sort of northwest tilt to it. So hopefully that's not going to develop into anything, and if it does, it'll track to the northwest and stay out of the Caribbean there. We had mentioned that today is Ivan anniversary, September 11th, along with the anniversary of what is generally known as 9/11. Tomorrow, right here on Talk Today, Loxley Banks will be here with OC, and they will be talking about Hurricane Ivan, and we'll have some of the folks that were right there on the front line dealing with what was happening in Cayman as the storm came down on us and hung around for what seemed like forever. It was a slow-moving storm. It just hung around here. I remember the one and only Kirkland Nixon. You know, he was chairman of the National Hurricane Committee and chief fire officer. He was telling me that he spoke to the people in the National Hurricane Center in Miami who were watching the hurricane as it came down on us, and they were saying that they could just see Hurricane Ivan, the eye wall, you know, the roughest part of the storm, the eye wall, was just raking the south coast of Grand Cayman like a circular saw. And yeah, like a circular saw ripping away at the south coast. And if you remember what the south coast of Grand Cayman was like the day after Ivan, you could very well get the imagery of a circular saw ripping into our south coast, because, you know, there were homes there completely gutted. I remember seeing huge boulders in living rooms in houses on the coast there. And Cayman also basically kind of disappeared for a little bit on the satellite pictures because of flooding. And again, they were watching this on satellite at in the National Hurricane Center, and only a few spots on Grand Cayman remained above water. And my own experience, good Lord, I would never want to go through that again, living in Prospect. And I remember looking out through one little crack in the hurricane shutters, and I saw water actually running by my house. You know, and I'm saying, why is water actually running? It was like a river. And I'm going, why is it like a river outside? I can understand rain and everything, the water is rising, but this water is moving like a river. Well, then I realized, wow, I think that's the sea. The sea is coming in and the water's running by my house as if I was living next to a river of some kind. And the water just kept coming, and it just kept coming and coming. And we got flooded. I never knew I could stand on a chair for so long. All of us were standing on chairs after a while. And, you know, you do what you have to do, right? But, man, I never thought I could stand on a chair as long as I did while that water was coming in the house. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Charlo. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I just wondering if you can hear me.
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Good. Thank you. I got a loud voice anyhow. Just briefly before I get into the meat of what I wanted to say, it's you're speaking about quitting smoking a while ago, and yes, I remember. For me, it's a little over 46 and a half years now, and what you're saying is right. It's a complete difference in you. Just how you feel. But I often ask others who have quit quite a while and all if they ever dream of smoking, and I dream of it maybe 2-3 times a year. And I'm saying, okay, this is going to be the last one. I'm just smoking here. And it seems so real that I even, smell it or taste it. And I despise it. Like you say, anyone even coming near me with a car driving by.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing how you can smell it while you're driving like that, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It changes your sense of smell completely when you give up smoking too. I noticed that. Sense of taste. Just be with Ivan. Yes, a terrible thing it was. Unbelievable. I've flown in a Category 1 hurricane out of Tallahassee to Tampa to come back from. It was 2000. I went up to visit my brother Stephen in Tallahassee, and they had a Category 1. And the last 3 times I've been to Florida, I've been through Category 1 hurricanes, but no hotel.
They follow you up there or what?
Yeah, maybe. But they get hit by hurricanes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Florida, probably much more. Now, up in Tallahassee, too, a lot. They were to come back through Miami by the flight and couldn't do it. All the big planes had gone. So it was just this 19-seater Beechcraft, and it was exactly 19 of us. And the reason why is we all went there very, very early, 3.5 hours early. And we got out, but we had to fly to Tampa and to but it wasn't that bad. I've flown in worse flights in big planes coming across.
So this plane actually went through the hurricane?
Yes, it wasn't a hurricane, but just above it, sort of explained. And 2 pilots, an Australian and a New Zealand, 19-seater Beechcraft, twin engine. We used to have them here with private. And was something, but I think Ivan, I could be mistaken, had the highest amount of tornadoes in it of any hurricane in history. I think it had 25 tornadoes.
Yeah, we had them here.
Did terrible, terrible damage, Ivan. Did catastrophic, because some people lost their businesses, houses, cars, lost everything.
Yeah.
So their life was changed completely. So we can't quantify it. We can't quantify it. Some people say 4.5 billion US. That's the figure I keep hearing more than any other figure and so forth. The 9/11 thing, that was a terrible, terrible incident. And actually, most of it was caused by pilots who were really on suicide missions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a Pentagon thing. My grandniece, she's a U.S. Marine sergeant. She's now more or less out, but still in the at the time, she and the captain had gone out with all the restaurants they have there in the Pentagon, the largest office building in the world. They wanted a pizza. Everybody wanted a pizza that wasn't available there, so they went down and went out and to get this pizza, the favorite pizza place nearby, and the plane crashed into the Marine section. That's where it crashed into. And
that's where she would have been.
Most of the people who were killed were civilians working, in the Pentagon. Of course, they have special clearance and all that. But a thing happened that hadn't happened since the Civil War. A U.S. general was killed. No U.S. general has ever been killed in either the Cuban Revolutionary War, which Teddy Roosevelt fought in, and in the First World War, Second World War, in the 2 United Nations War, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, no U.S. general has ever been killed. So it was the first time since the U.S. Civil War that any U.S. general has ever been killed. And that was not a sort of landmark, terrible thing, but awful what really happened. 2 buildings and one on the Capitol and so forth. I think that one, when they tried to, the plane landed, crashed in the open land, that one I think was an actual hijacking. But the response was very measured, and very controlled, considering the situation. The world's most powerful nation by far, with weapons no other nation has. The response could have been very, very different. They could have done what the U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt did exactly 100 years before, when the U.S. ambassador it would have been Portia then, I think, in the capital, was held hostage by some anarchists. And the U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt, new in office, just like President Bush was 100 years before, sent the biggest battleship, cabled them. Of course, cable was very easy to get, and in those days, so the admiral, and put the biggest U.S. battleship offshore, maybe 5, 6 miles, 7 miles, so she could point her big guns, train them all in the city, and told the president that he would have to deliver the U.S. ambassador or his captor. They named him. I can't remember the name. I have it in an article so many years. In 24 hours, or they would flatten the city. The whole city would be flattened in no time by that giant battleship. And President Bush had that choice. He could tell them, deliver all those terrorists you have and so forth, or we're going to flatten your country in 2 weeks. We give you a week, 2 weeks. But he didn't do that. That would have been done by them if it was the other way around, promise you. But anyway, it worked out. It was a terrible issue, but things have straightened out better for some of those countries, particularly Iraq. Women can now vote, and women can be involved in the legislation and go to teaching school and drive cars and so forth. So something was gained out of that horrible thing by a horrible person running a country, so forth. Anyhow, there's lots more to it. Of course, we'll hear from Mr. Loxley and them, but there's lots more to it, lots more.
Yeah, be sure to tune in tomorrow and hear that. They'll have some people who are, right there on the front lines. Well, thanks for the call.
It was a horrible experience, Ivan was.
Oh, gosh.
Let us hope we never, ever, I hope I'll never see that again.
Yeah, let's hope that was, like a once in 100 year occurrence.
You're absolutely right.
All right. Thank you for the call. All right, we're going to take a break, and I think our guests are here from Miami, so we'll be right back.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Wondering what's really behind your electricity bill? You're not the only one. CUC is here to clear things up, from fuel costs to how much energy you use. They break it all down so you can stay informed and in control. Follow them on social media and visit www.empoweringcayman.com to discover how you can take charge of your energy use today.
On Angie, how does it feel to have broken the bull riding world record?
Sore, Sean. That bull was angry.
Angie, I think that bull is headed towards your red convertible.
I broke the world record and he broke my car. Oh well, at least I've got CG Comprehensive Motor to cover this.
Get covered for collision, damage, and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Good day, Cayman. This is Lucille Seymour. I warmly invite you to the annual Aging Forum, a free gathering to honor our older persons with joy and dignity. Join us on Saturday, September 20th from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Westin Governor's Ballroom. There'll be lunch, music, and meaningful conversation, a space to listen, share, and celebrate wisdom. All are welcome, families, caregivers, and friends. Let's come together in love and gratitude.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And in this segment of Talk Today, we are going to be hearing about the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center in Miami. And joining me right now is Dr. Manuel Montecon. He is the Director, International Physician Relations and Business Development. And we also have here in the studio Marnie Works, Executive Director of UHealth International. And rounding up the guest in the studio, Gina De Amato, MD, Professor of Medicine, Clinical Lead, Sarcoma Medical Oncology, and Assistant Director of Clinical Research. Fantastic. Now, you all just came straight from the airport, didn't you?
Literally.
Literally. Off the plane and in the studio. So, what brings you to Cayman this time? Because I know you've been to Cayman often.
Often. And June was the last time I came. But thank you so much to you, Mr. Charles, and to Radio Cayman for the opportunity and to have us as a guest here. We're here actually for the Cayman Island Cancer Society. As you mentioned, Dr. D'Amato, she's the director for the sarcoma clinic, and she'll be lecturing actually tonight for physicians. She'll be at the hospital tomorrow. We're going to be doing some talks there to the doctors at the hospital. We're going to be one of the companies around, the island. They're going to be a lunch and learn kind of thing. And also on Saturday, she's going to be lecturing at the Indigo Hotel at the Cayman Island Cancer Society for the community. It's a public health community event. So she's going to be there. I think it's around 11:05, around there, or 11:25. Depends, if it gets late a little bit. But it's also, it's also a pleasure to be here with the Cayman Islands. A lot of people know me as Dr. Manny, and because the old Dr. Manny was a really good friend of mine too.
He was a friend of mine.
Yes,
good man.
Good man. And a lot of people know me, from I've been coming here since 1997.
Okay.
So it's been a while. It's a pleasure really to be here in Cayman and to bring the physicians, because at the University of Miami, we collaborate, the physicians collaborate to bring that, the expertise that they have at the university out to the communities, out to the different countries, different islands, we do this all the time. And it's really a pleasure to collaborate, and I'll let Dr. D'Amato, do a little bit more introduction.
Well, tell us a little bit about that collaboration. How much collaboration actually goes on between the physicians and the medical community here and the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center?
Yes, actually, I could talk about that one. Because we communicate a lot. I come often to do CMEs, medical education, to the community physicians. If they're at any time they need something, they could just call me and I, contact the physician, the specialist, because it's not cancer. The Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is one of our, top centers that we have. University of Miami's UHealth, and it's called University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, actually the whole educational part for medicine. As you know, a lot of people from here, from Cayman, have studied at the University of Miami, undergraduate and all that. But
my daughter went there.
Oh, yeah. That's good. So you're you.
In med school.
You're you. Okay. That's good. Perfect. So that's the collaboration. Like a lot of the times, we bring physicians, we lecture to them, we give them updates of everything of the latest that's been going on. It's not specifically only cancer. We also have Bascom Palmer, Eye Institute. It's the number one hospital in the last 24 years.
I've experienced the Bascom Palmer.
That's part of the University of Miami also. And then we have the UHealth Sports Medicine. We have all of the different specialties. The University of Miami has all the specialties there is, and in pediatrics also. And that one we collaborate with Jackson Memorial Hospital, because the hospital is adjacent to Jackson, but the physicians are all University of Miami.
Okay. So, Dr. D'Amato, tell us about what you will be doing here.
Well, I'm very excited to be here, and also thank you for having me here today. So I'll be giving a series of lectures through different audiences. So the first one will be updates in sarcoma, treatment and diagnosis. And then another one will be about GIST, which is one of the most common types of sarcoma. And then another one will be about early detection. And then the last one will be geared more towards patients and what in the heck is a sarcoma? And
what is a sarcoma?
Okay, well, thank you for asking. I love to say it. So sarcomas are rare cancers, only 1% of all cancers. And they start out from connective tissue. So basically, any cell in your body can turn into cancer. For example, breast cancer is originally a breast cell, mutates, turns into cancer. Well, you have connective tissue throughout your body, which is basically the glue that keeps everything together. Okay, that's bone, muscle, fat, cells that surround organs, cells that surround blood vessels. If they turn into cancer, it's called a sarcoma. Usually it starts out in the arms or legs because that's where you have most of your connective tissue is, lumps or bumps, but it could start out anywhere in the body. Unlike breast, only starts out in the breast, sarcomas can start out anywhere in the body.
Okay, so all cancers start that way? Is that what you're saying?
Well, so I'm saying cancer starts from normal cells in your body, okay? And you have so many different kinds of cells in your body, and the kind of cancer that you have is from that particular normal cell. It mutates. So, example, breast cancer, you have breast cells. If those breast cells become abnormal and mutate, then those cells grow and divide and form a cancer, a tumor that has abnormal cells. So liver cancer originally starts out in the liver, and those are liver cells. They look like abnormal. They still look like liver cells, but they're abnormal, and they have the ability to spread from one area to the other. Normally, your normal liver cells stay in the liver. They can't get into your bloodstream and go to your lungs or to anywhere else in your body, but a cancer cell can. So
it's like once that starts to happen, everything is out of balance.
Correct. So, cancers are curable if they're contained and if they're caught early. So, but the definition of cancer is that it has the ability to spread and go to other places. And so sarcomas, for example, start out from the connective tissue cells. So they can start out in the arm or in the leg in, say, the muscle area. And the cure is surgery, remove it, but some can spread through the bloodstream and go to other places like the lungs.
Ms. Work, what will you be doing during this visit?
Well, thank you for having us all here today as well. I'm here to support Dr. D'Amato and here to spread the word about UHealth International. UHealth International is a fully functioning department that caters to the needs of those Canadian patients that do come to UHealth for care. We have a fully dedicated department that handles expediting new patient registrations. We have insurance verifiers. We have billing teams, as well as every patient gets assigned an international patient coordinator. So we're there to service the patients that would like to come to UHealth for services, such as seeing Dr. D'Amato for oncology.
So, I mean, Miami being, I guess, the gateway for people from the Caribbean and Latin America, you're structured to handle international patients.
Absolutely. We do understand the unique needs of the international patients that are coming. We do understand that there's sometimes language barriers and cultural barriers that might exist. So we have a multicultural and multilingual team there ready to serve the patients.
Do you get quite a few patients from Cayman?
We do. We do get a lot of patients from Cayman, yes.
Now, you started coming here, what, in
1997.
How have cancer treatment in Cayman, what have you seen as far as improvements locally for physicians here to be able to handle cancer cases?
No, I mean, they do have a great team here, and also, different hospitals now to do that. But definitely from 1997 to now has been a long way, even at the University of Miami, from 1997 to now has come a long way. But, the way they've been doing it here is, it's good. The thing is, sometimes the experience to see how many, like Dr. D'Amato said, 1% of sarcomas, right? I mean, it's hard to see, 1% of sarcomas in a population small. So it's like it's still 1% of whatever population is, but it's less cancers. So the expertise in treating all of the different cancers, technology, different, studies, different, pathologies, analyzing pathology. We have experts in sarcoma, the world-renowned, like in University of Miami, and not just sarcomas, all of them. The pathology team is they go in very, very specific tissue. And they, revise analyze the tissues. So, the expertise is from a long way from now. Physicians here, they're well equipped. They do, all the, all the updates. And we're asking what's supporting here. We're supporting here the Cayman Cancer Societies for sure. In June, I came for the Cardiology Society or Cardiology Group. I'll be coming back in October, for the Cayman Health Fair, the Ministry of Health, and so we throughout the year, we go to, we come to different events, bring physicians to update everybody on that. Mm-hmm. And it's been a long way, a long time since then to now, yes. The community of physicians here, they're being, well kept, doing, continuing medical education, doing everything, that is, we're close to the U.S., so they try to follow the U.S., guidelines in educating the physicians and all that. So it's really, come a long way. They have come a long way. Yes.
The whole thing, I guess, about being a physician, too, is that the number of cases that you can see is where you get the experience. Right.
Yes, I mean, Dr. D'Amato, I mean, she sees sarcomas, almost left and right and out, up and out. So who is going to talk about better than sarcoma than her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things that Dr. D'Amato, maybe we can talk a little bit about is the tumor board and what you do with the tumor board and sarcoma.
Yeah, so it doesn't just take one, to really properly treat a cancer patient, you need a whole team. It's hard to just be one doctor because there's multiple doctors involved. There's radiologists that look at the images. There's the pathologist. There's the surgeon. For sarcomas, you can either be a surgical oncologist if it's in the abdomen or pelvis area, but if it's in the bones, then it's an orthopedic oncologist. And then we also have radiation oncologists. I'm a medical oncologist. So each case we present at the multi-specialty tumor board. We have so many sarcoma patients that we actually have tumor board twice a week. One more on the bone on the Tuesday and one more for soft tissue on the Thursday. And we present cases, maybe about 12 cases each time, and really understand what kind of sarcoma, because there's actually over 150 kinds of sarcomas because there's so many different kinds of connective tissue. And then where is it located? What kind of treatment? What kind of surgery should be done? What kind of chemotherapy? Are they eligible for a clinical trial? And the pathologist reviews the slides under the microscope and shows us, how these cells are abnormal, how they think that the cancer is going to behave. So it's a really good opportunity to really specialize in individual patient care. And it's also a good learning opportunity because we're a research center and we're a medical school essentially. So we have medical students that attend, residents and fellows, and the different fellows, because we have the medical oncology fellow, we have the orthopedic oncology fellow. So it's a really good learning opportunity. And the patients really like it because, they also want other opinions. They don't want to just come to the doctor and say, okay, only one doctor is telling me that. But, if I say, well, I think that we should do this, but I want to pass it through the board, let me present your case at the conference. Let me have other doctors, my colleagues, take a look at this. Then we know for sure, okay, we're on the right path.
So opinions, second opinions, third opinions are a very important part of the process.
Right. Yes, I think so. I mean, having another doctor take a look at it that's an expert is always best, especially in a rare cancer. Now, there are some people that do opinion shopping. That's a problem because...
Explain that.
So what happens is a patient will come to the doctor and I may tell the patient, listen, your tumor is very aggressive, and in order for me to cure you of this or to prolong your life, I'm going to have to give you very toxic chemotherapy. That's the best way to treat it, okay? And you're going to have a lot of side effects, but it's the best option for you to live as long as possible. And they don't like that sometimes. They want to find an easier option. So they may go to another doctor, so they want to get another opinion, and they may go to another doctor that may say, oh, okay, well, I might have not seen this, but yeah, we can give you this alternative therapy or something that's maybe not in their best interest, because they're looking for someone to tell them what they want to hear.
They keep searching for...
They're searching, and I'll have patients that will come to me, and they might have gone to multiple sarcoma doctors or multiple doctors, and they just are waiting to hear what the doctor, what they want the doctor to say. So, so it's a delicate balance. You do want to get an opinion, but if you already have an expert giving you the opinion, that's good. That's usually good enough. But sometimes it's even better because maybe if the second doctor says the same thing, then then it's like, okay, two doctors that are experts are telling me the same thing. I better do it.
Yeah, the multidisciplinary approach, which she was mentioning, that's really, important at the university level, and to become experts into the opinion, and not just sarcomas. It could be in cardiac surgery, vascular, anything that has to do with the multidisciplinary approach. It is, essential. And over here in Cayman, that means they do have the physicians, and some of them do that, because I believe they have tumor boards now here. I don't know how often it is, but they do have certain tumor boards for certain specialties. Because they don't see all of the specialists here.
Tell us a little bit about the process if someone here in Cayman wants to go to the University of Miami's medical hospitals. How do they do that? What's the process of having a check at the hospital?
First, what basically we do is recommend to see their doctor here, because it's important for them to see their local doctor and establish that relation. And then, they could talk to the doctor and say, hey, I heard of University of Miami, so it's like you go ahead and, tell them that, and then they reach out to us. Usually I give my phone out here on the radio, and I will do it.
Sure.
Because, everybody a lot of people know me. Everybody knows me here. And, I give out my phone number, my cell, and they could call me at any time. And, we'll get it going. We'll start the process, that Ms. Works was talking to before. Mm-hmm. But definitely, that we encourage for the patients, not just in Cayman, everywhere we go, to go and see your local doctor, establish that relation with your local doctor, and then, seek, the opinion, outside if they need to.
So do you prefer having them being referred?
Right. It's
than
better.
Just...
It's better because we work with those physicians. We work directly with those physicians. It's better to work directly with the different physicians.
Yeah.
But tell us how you do accept people
Well, we have many ways that patients can come to us. We do get a lot of referrals from physicians for certain specialties and certain care. We have a website, the uhealthinternational.com is our website where patients can go there, and there is a link there that they can request a virtual or an in-person consultation. Our phone number is 305-243-9100. And patients can call there as well to get registered. We have a team there ready to receive those calls and the emails that we get from the requests. They will receive expedited care, direct contact with a UHealth International registrar. The registrar will collect the information from the patient, the financial information. Are they going to be self-pay? Will they have insurance? They'll collect the medical records from the patient to make sure we have everything that we need for the care that the patient is seeking. And then they get assigned an international patient coordinator who contacts the patient, understands the story of the patient, which is very important. What exactly do you need? What services can we provide for you? We do provide concierge services. We have a gentleman that is boots on the ground. He visits all of our inpatients, also our patients. He does roundings on our outpatients that come in for services. So we have a fully functioning team. But the best way would be to go to our website, uhealthinternational.com, as well as reaching out to us at 305-243-9100. And I see Dr. Manny wants to give out his number,
right.
So we
can
definitely
know
do that.
It's in my card, but it's 305-951-1673. It hasn't changed. So everybody, since 1997, it hasn't changed. So a lot of people have my number.
Mm-hmm.
But that's great that you have a person assigned to you.
Every person.
That knows your story.
Yes. That's very important. They don't want to tell their story, twice. So those individuals stay with the patient as long as the patient continues to come to our institution. They will have the same assigned coordinator. So they get to be like family, literally. We get a lot of rum cakes given to us from patients, which we love. But yeah. It's a great service that we have.
Yeah. All right, we have to stick a pin there because we have to take a break, but we'll be right back with more.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Water Authority KMAD wishes to advise the motoring public of upcoming wastewater infrastructure works along West Bay Road in the vicinity of Burger King, which will cause a partial closure of West Bay Road. Preliminary activities which the Water Authority contractors will conduct are scheduled to take place on Saturday 20th September, which may cause temporary traffic diversion into the center turn lane for southbound traffic. Traffic signs and other control measures will be placed when needed. The primary maintenance work will take place on Sunday, 21st September from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. During the works, the southbound lane of West Bay Road will be closed between Burger King and the Dart Overpass, with the southbound through traffic being diverted through Esterly Tibbetts Highway. The northbound lane will remain open. Motorists will be able to access the businesses in the area: Galleria Plaza, Tiger Mart Gas Station, and Burger King. West Shore Plaza and Wendy's can be accessed via Lawrence Boulevard. Flaggers and traffic signs will be in place. All motorists are asked to drive with caution to ensure their own safety as well as the safety of the Water Authority and its contractor staff. These works are part of an ongoing series of maintenance work on the wastewater infrastructure in the area. The Water Authority appreciates the patience and understanding of its customers and the public as it upgrades its wastewater infrastructure and apologizes for any inconvenience caused.
Cayman Islands, are you ready? It's a small world and the world just got smaller. Miss Global International Pageant 2025 will be hitting the streets for the second time come October 4th. Over 20 countries and over 20 gorgeous representatives will be here for the 21st staging of the Miss Global International 2025 at the Hotel Indigo. Come on out and support your country as they vie for the title of Miss Global International. Ladies from Barbados, India, Guyana, France, Czech Republic, Portugal, Dominican Republic, San Andres, Jamaica, Canada, United Kingdom, Peru, Haiti, Turks and Caicos, Trinidad, Venezuela, and of course, Philippines and the Cayman Islands, and more. For tickets, go to mgicayman.com or call 939-2223. Tickets available on eventpro.ky. Miss Global International October 4th at the Hotel Indigo. You don't want to miss it. For pageant highlights, go to mgicayman.com. Miss Global International 2025. See you there.
Tune in to Radio Cayman's sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, keeping the island connected with the music you love and the vibes you grew up with. Switch over and stay with us. Breeze 105.3 FM, always here for you.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and I'm talking to Dr. Manuel Mantecan, also known to many people in Cayman as Dr. Manny, also Dr. Gina D'Amato, and Marnie Works, all from UHealth in Miami, focusing a little bit more on the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. Dr. Manny, if I may call you Dr.
Sure,
Manny.
call me Manny, please. It's very humble.
Dr. Gina, also, I mean, I'm old enough to know that cancer at one time was something when you got it, you didn't even talk about it. It was like you received a death sentence. Mm-hmm. What is that, the difference today? Where are we at as far as when you say, I've got cancer?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's true. We used to whisper it, or we don't even know. It was kind of taboo, so to speak. But, you know, it's important to know that 2/3 of cancers are curable, and actually in the U.S. it's up to 70% now curable if it's caught early. And there are major advances in treatments. And the treatments aren't always as barbaric as everyone thinks. We have lots of different treatments available. We still have chemotherapy that causes, some side effects, but there's different kinds of chemotherapy. We have molecularly targeted therapy that could be just a pill or something IV. We have immunotherapy using your immune system and many medicines that have limited side effects. And so cancers could either be curable or treatable. So if you're cured, great. You can live a very long time. But even if you're not curable, even if it's spread, it's treatable. It could be treatable, and people can live many years, and we're actually transforming it. Instead of it being a death sentence, we're having people live with cancer instead of die of cancer, and we're treating it like a chronic illness. We don't cure diabetes. We give people medications to control their sugar so it doesn't damage their organs. We don't cure high blood pressure. We give people high blood pressure medicines to control the blood pressure so it doesn't damage their organs. Well, that's how we're treating cancer these days. We're giving you medications to control the cancer so it doesn't affect your organ function and you can live. So I would say it's very hopeful. There's a lot of things we can do to avoid it, but sometimes we can't avoid cancer. But the three main causes of cancer, which we can avoid, are, of course, smoking, obesity, and alcohol. But there are people that, despite all this, live very healthy lives, could still get cancer. But I tell those patients, they say, why did I get cancer? I'm very healthy. I say, listen, that means you're strong enough to be able to fight it. And you'll be able to tolerate whatever treatments we give you. So I would say it's hopeful. I would say as we raise awareness about cancer, a lot of people don't want to, they may feel something wrong in their body and they don't want to go to the doctor because they may think it's cancer. A woman may feel a lump in their breast and they don't want to go to the doctor because they don't want to be diagnosed with cancer.
They're just afraid.
They're afraid of it. But if we have it at the forefront and say, no, you don't have to be afraid of the diagnosis of cancer. You can be diagnosed, you could be treated, you could be cured, you could live with it, then more people will be diagnosed and not afraid of it and will have better outcomes. So, I tell people, you have to listen to your body. You shouldn't feel your body. If you're feeling your body, there's something wrong. There's always something wrong with you. I tell the 2-week rule. I don't know if anyone's heard of the 2-week rule. It's because I made it up. Maybe not like styrofoam. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of money from it. But there's always something going on with your body. But and usually it goes away in 2 weeks. You have some weird twinge in your arm or you have some cough and it usually goes away. But if it doesn't go away, you need to go to the doctor and you need to tell the doctor what's going on. And it could be a cancer, but you could get it early and detect it early.
Dr. Mani, you've been coming here for so many years now, and you may have heard this, but often we hear people here in Cayman saying that our cancer rate is too high for the number of people that we have a higher rate of cancer than other places. Do you know of any evidence of this?
No, I mean, it's true what you're saying, because I've been coming here since 1997. And there was one time, one of the physicians, at the HSA, which, used to be the only hospital here. And, we did some studies, through the other institution, like different institutions. And what they came up with, it was the same population rate that it was, let's say back then it was only 45,000 people in Cayman.
Yeah, we're hitting 100 now.
Yes, that's what I heard. So it's like, like compared to 45, you would take that same amount of people, the same, area in somewhere in the U.S. where there's about 45,000 people, average age and all that. It was the same rate. It was the same rate. And that was, done, one of the institutions, and I was used to come here. And we did it. One of the physicians still around that he's there, the HSA. And he was the one that started organizing it, and we worked on it together. We worked on it with a lot of the oncologists, that was it. I mean, there might be instances where you might have a little bit of something more than others, but, it changes to the age, the population, and different things, like not contamination, that kind of thing. But it was basically the same rate back then.
You think the reason that perception was there was because we were a small community, so you know more people
right.
that have some kind of cancer.
If you sneeze, the 45,000, the other there, and said, "Oh, he sneezed."
Yeah.
It was very, very, very tight community, and still very tight community, but. It wasn't so many expats like there's now. I mean, it's like a lot more. The Canadian population was a lot higher back then, and but that was done. I mean, that was back in those days, and I'm talking about maybe 2000, the year 2000. It was another thing, like when she was mentioning taboo. Like, oh God, there was a registry for the Cancer Society. Nobody registered in the
really
back then. You had to go out and that person has cancer. The other one told you, and then they go and talk to them. Please, this will help us. Because I see what kind of cancer there is. So it's like it was a very bad taboo. I mean, it's still in the Spanish population. It's a taboo. It's like. In the different, like countries that they speak Spanish, like they say cancer, I'm going to die, it's that kind of thing. I mean, there is, like Dr. D'Amato said, I mean, if you detect it early what it is, you got to go to your doctor, that's why I said, at the beginning, go to your local doctor. It's important. Events like
nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing to be ashamed of. And something like the events like the Cancer Society is putting up. Physicians, they're doing this level to 3 or 4 different levels. They're doing it for the physicians first. It's going to be tonight. They, they encourage physicians to go, but you have to register because there's an amount of physicians, the capability of the capacity in the event. The same thing, for tomorrow, different companies that we'll be visiting, and then.
So these are all invited, right?
Right.
This is not open to the public as such.
The Saturday, yes.
Saturday?
Saturday is open.
Tell us about that real quick before we run out of time.
Yes. Saturday is an open public invitation. And they're going to have, like screening there, different screenings. They're going to have different physicians talking about different things to the community.
Now, where's this going to be at?
It's going to be at the Indigo Hotel.
Okay.
At the Indigo Hotel. And it's going to be, they divided it so big that they have an indoor and outdoor area. Because it's going to be, they expect a lot of people. Normally, I mean, I came 2 years ago because it used to be done annually. Now it's semi-annually, biannually, because it was a lot of people that came.
All right. So you'll be able to get screenings.
Yes,
and
screenings. There's like different. Like hypertension. They check your blood pressure. They it's a community event.
When does it start?
Saturday at 9 to 2.
Okay.
9 to 2.
Thank you all for rushing from the airport to come in and talk to me here in the studio. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you get a little time to enjoy Cayman while you're here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I won't have much time because I leave tomorrow.
Okay.
But I mean, it happens to be, what I have to do. But actually, Marnie Works, which is my boss, I mean, she went ahead and covered for me. I appreciate that. Yes.
Well, you all take care.
Thank you so much.
It's 2 o'clock. Let's see what's making headlines.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. Caribbean Utilities Company is marking 35 years since its listing on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the first Cayman company to do so. CUC says President Richard Hugh opened trading in Toronto Monday to celebrate the milestone, highlighting CUC's role in modernizing Grand Cayman's infrastructure and boosting community investment. In international headlines, ceremonies are taking place across the U.S. today for the 24th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Nearly 3,000 people were killed in the 2001 terror attack, which continues to shape global security and remembrance efforts. In Europe, Poland has called for urgent NATO consultations after at least 19 Russian drones crossed deep into Polish airspace this week, forcing airport closures and triggering the strongest alliance response since the war in Ukraine began. In the Middle East, Israel has launched fresh strikes in Gaza and the Qatari capital following a Houthi drone attack on southern Israel. The violence is sparking new protests and diplomatic tensions across the region. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's do a little quick weather check here. 87 degrees outside, but it feels like 103. Winds out of the northwest at 2 knots, and the forecast is calling for more thunderstorms, isolated showers into the evening, and partly cloudy tonight. Checking in with the National Hurricane Center. They're forecasting an area of disturbance out in the Atlantic as a tropical wave is forecast to emerge offshore of West Africa by Friday. Environmental conditions could support some slow development of this system over the weekend and into early next week, while the wave moves towards the west or west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour over the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. Formation chance over through 7 days is low at 30%, and let's hope that does what the other one did, just peter out and disappear. All right, Independence Day for Honduras is coming up on Saturday, and there will be some celebrations here in Grand Cayman, but it's more than just a celebration. They're going to be raising some funds that are badly needed for a school in Honduras. And have some guests here in the studio. And let me start with the ladies, since it's always ladies first. Let me everybody introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Latrice Haylock. I am from the Cayman Islands, of course, with my last name. It does derive from Honduras, so definitely want to show my Honduran pride, and I do have family from there. And so this event is definitely something that is dear to us. So.
And
hey, Cayman, it's Georgie. I'm back. How you doing? I missed you guys. We're doing the Independence Day celebration on this Saturday. Make sure you guys come out. It's for a good cause. We're going to have some pastelitos, good food, good vibes. And at the end of the day, we're doing it for a good cause. Yeah, pretty much we'll get towards that. There's a gentleman right next to me that wants to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Louis Brown. I'm another Honduran Caymanian who's been here forever, but my heart is split in two, Cayman and Honduras, especially the Bay Islands.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you, Mr.
Cayman and Honduras has a long history and relationship, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine. Not imagine, but I remember when I was a kid. When we hear about the Honduras boat is in, go get some plantains, and I mean, I have an aunt who's from Honduras, and a lot of people have that Honduras connection. Talk about that a little bit, about the relationship between Honduras and Cayman.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you talk about back in the day, and while I don't know my grandfather, he was actually born here in Grand Cayman in 1901. And back then, the island was not developed. So he went and traveled. He was a fisherman, seaman, and he landed in Guanaja in Banaca, Savannah Bight, and he met his lovely wife, and he had his family there. And a lot of like my grandmother and her siblings, some of them had their children back there, and my grandmother had her children here in Cayman. So there's also, that's one side, and then the other side is obviously again from Honduras, but people back then, they had to find a way to make a means to the end. So whether they had to find that in Cayman or Honduras, it was just that Honduras was a lot more developed back then than here. And as you said, with bringing the plantains, it's all about the trade, the bartering, and just sustainability through the different what that country had to offer Cayman and what Cayman offered to Honduras, and a lot of people just a lot of East Enders, North Siders, they went down there, had their children, came back. So we find that a lot too with Cuba or Jamaica. So it's a very similar story in that we had to help each other grow.
I remember checking out Rattan one time, and I found the mayor was Ebanks.
Yeah. We all related somehow.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line.
And there's even a West Bay, right?
Exactly, in Rattan.
The beach there is,
there's an East End.
the West Bay beach is like
East End
the
too.
beach in Rattan.
So I think a lot of people are more familiar with La Ceiba, which is one, I guess, a capital, but that's not the capital. And then a lot of people know Rattan, and then people hear of the Bay Islands. There's Loki, and then there's Savannah Bight, and that's what we're looking at. Savannah Bight, which is a town very similar to Cayman Brac, but even less developed than Cayman Brac. A lot of people there, they rely still on their family abroad who live in Cayman to send back the money. They don't necessarily have the proper infrastructure. A lot of their homes are still made out of wood and stilts, and the roofs are still made out of what are those things called? Zinc. Sometimes this might be a little bit visual. You flush the toilet, it goes straight into the ocean.
Well, the way I look at it, right? We are, as much as we complain here on the island, we are very, very lucky to live in this country, because this country is one where you could walk into the supermarket and see the politicians. You could speak to powerful people out here.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Honduras, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's like that, but it's so different compared to how easy it is to get something accomplished out here, rather than back home.
Now, tell us about the school that you're raising funds for.
Yes. So, I mean, I would even say they've probably actually attended the school. So
right. I went to the school that we're trying to fix. Right now, it's in terrible shape. There's molds in the wall. It's broken down. The toilet wasn't working when I was attending, so I couldn't imagine that hasn't been fixed as yet.
And that's a long time ago, probably.
That was
more than 10 years ago.
More than 10 years ago. Jose Cecilia Del Valle actually is a very good school. The teachers work hand in hand with the parents. It's a tightly knit community, but there's lack of funds and lack of support out there. And us as Hondurans, we feel a sense of responsibility to at least go down there Saturday night and try to put some funds together to fix this school and make a difference for the kids.
Luce, you wanted to add something?
I went 3 years to that school, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. And the school was recently built then, so it was in good condition. I went to Banaca, must be maybe a year ago. and it was a sad situation when you look at the condition of the school. Plus, there's like twice or three times the amount of students there now, because the population has grown as normally a population would grow. Because Honduras population has grown about, in the last 15 years, about 3 million people.
Wow.
So, of course, you would have some more on the islands. The island has always been like the outside, like the black duck. But yet the country relies a lot on the money that's being made on the islands. There was a time when Banaka was the richest one, better off than Yotela, better off than Roatan. Roatan depended on Banaka. It has turned now. Roatan is the tourist capital in Honduras.
Right. So what happened? What happened at the school?
Okay. What happened is the politicians are mostly to blame, because you get in a seat. Your job is to help the community, not yourself. That explains it all right there.
So it's the opposite way around.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It should be.
The reality is the opposite.
Not what you could do for your country, what your country can do for you. That's how they look at it. But it should be the opposite of that.
You could almost laugh at it, but it's actually
it's a serious thing.
It's very sad. And I can't come in here with a straight face and be like, in line, be like, yeah, it's not corrupt. Down there is very corrupt. And I, myself, as a musician, have spoken about it in a couple of my records. And that's what draws me to do this show this Saturday, September 13th at 6 p.m. onwards. We will be having baleadas, pastelitos, punta, country music, all the good vibes that you can
Country music, too.
Yeah, man.
Country music big in Honduras?
What?
Huge.
If drinking don't kill me, her memory will.
All right.
Oh, boy. We love it down there. Banaka and Cayman. Banaka would be like Cayman Brock. It would be just like Cayman Brock. It's the same thing. It's the same culture, like how you would imagine Cayman Brock would be. Is the same thing out there.
Exactly. And Mr. Lewis here said that he went to the school. My grandmother also went to the school. Back then, I think it only went up to grade 3, and a lot of the elders only had that level of education. Now the school only goes up to grade 6, but the condition that it's in, a lot of the students have to leave that island every single morning, travel on a boat to go to another little island called Loki to go to school. So the one school that is available on the island is not being taken care of, while now I'm sure from the time my grandmother went there and from the time you went there, the infrastructure has developed a little bit for the school in particular, but the maintenance and upkeep, because, with our buildings and our, how we set things up in Cayman, we have, the foreman, the person who goes out there to cut the grass and consistent upkeep. They don't have that, and it's not a reliable source. So the community has been relying on the parents, the teachers to upkeep this. But I guess after maybe like a storm or after different natural disasters, whatever happens, because the school isn't necessarily funded or doesn't have the funds to upkeep it, it just has been left to be dilapidated.
The school's sort of been forgotten.
Yes.
By the government.
Yes.
And like you were saying, the people have taken it in their hands now to make sure that there's some functioning school.
And the thing about it, right, is the most important thing for our future are the kids.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to go to school, then that's a big problem.
Yeah.
That's a very big problem. And I cannot live with myself if I do not do something about it. And I'm asking everybody who has a kind heart or anybody who wants to do something right, can you please just come out this Saturday, have some fun. It's for a good cause. September 13 at Singh's Roti Shop for the kids. You don't have to go there. Well, you don't have to go there to drink per se. You could go there and meet new people, see what else we could do to help other people, because at the end of the day, sometimes we live our life so selfishly that we forget that there's people around us that are suffering. And that's what draws me to this show. September 13th, Sings Roti Shop. Make sure you guys are there from 6 p.m. onwards. I keep repeating that, but I'm asking the island to come out, show out, have some fun, and celebrate Honduras Independence Day and mingle with the culture, the Latino culture, because it's a larger Latino culture.
So, well, you're going to be performing?
Yes, sir. I would be performing some of my greatest hits. some of the records that people resonate with, because I don't want to make it about me, but I got really lucky with music, and
it's about hard work, not luck.
Yeah, I would necessarily say it was hard work, but it's not about me. It's about the.
But hold on right there. Let me take a break, and when we come back, we can continue about what's going to happen.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch.
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Caymanian job seekers, are you still searching for the right opportunity? To ensure that your application is received and considered during your job search, we encourage you to apply for that role on the Work Jobs portal, even if you applied for the job advertised on the company's website. Increase your chance of putting your best foot forward. Double up to stay on top. Don't wait. Hit that apply button today. Visit WORC.KY to search for available jobs. The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Okay, we're coming down to the end of Talk Today, and in the studio we are talking about a fundraiser that's going to be happening as part of the Honduras Independence Celebration here in Grand Cayman. And we have a caller on the line. Good afternoon, you're on the air. You have a quick...
Good afternoon, sir. Buenos días a mis hermanos hondureños y hermana.
Buenos días.
Pepito and call you, but I know about the thing, and I will come and patronize it, but I want corn tortillas, not pastelitos.
Miss Selma will get you anything you want.
Yes, ma'am.
You just show up.
All right, duly noted. Latrice, you taking notes?
Absolutely.
Don't call me and tell me, and I'll call people.
Okay, yes,
wonderful.
ma'am.
Thank
We're going to make sure.
Some of the stupid idiots say, that not for the key, that for Savannah Bay. I say, well, we still all pirates. It's still Banaka and Savannah Bay and East End.
Yes, ma'am.
Mango Bay and everything is the same thing as the Banaka Bay Island.
Yes, ma'am. I really appreciate the call, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And I gotta make sure we have the corn tortillas, otherwise you could ring my ear.
Listen, it's Cayman Islands. It's Banaka. When we say Banaka, we mean Key, Mangrove Bight, Savannah Bight. Whichever one needs the help, we will be there, just like how we're here today. The whole purpose is to get a donation that will help the school. If the Key needs it, we we will do another one. And if Mangrove Bite needs it, we will do another one. It's all about Banaka.
That's it. That's why I tell her. I
Yes.
say
We're one.
It's still Banaka, Guanaja, whatever where we from. Because it's part of it. It's a Wanna Bite, but it's not a key where we from. But I still willing to support. But this what I say, some people think different. That's why we got world.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you for the call. And I'm glad to hear you're going to support it. You go and have some good fun.
And talking about the key, I do want to mention that I think it was maybe about 2 years ago when the key had a really large fire and a large percentage got burnt up. We also did a fundraiser for that as well.
True.
And
Exactly.
Georgie did a performance. So
Oh yeah, that's true. When the key was on fire, we did do a show at Parcel.
Parcel, yeah.
And we got donations and clothes, and then we sent it back home. That's so true.
So what can people expect if they come and support you on Saturday night?
we'll definitely have our number one feature here, Mr. Georgie Duarte, who will be performing. We'll have some food out there. Like Georgie said, we'll have some pastelitos. We'll have those corn tortillas. We'll have chicharrón. We're going to make sure that all of our favorite foods are out there from the Honduran culture. We'll have a dance competition. So the dance competition will be punta and country. So those of you who can dance and who loves to dance, please come out. We'll also have a best dressed competition, so please come out in your pride colors. When I say pride, your Honduran pride colors, blue and white. And of course, all Caymanians are welcome, the Latino community, wherever you're from, we are here.
I actually looking forward to this punta competition.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
So this is 204 years independence for Honduras, which 1821 was when they gained the independence.
From Spain?
From Spain. Then it went to Mexico till about 28, and then we became independent totally from Spain. The Bay Islands...
They were controlled by the Brits.
Yes, the Bay Islands has a great descendants from Cayman Island. When I was a boy growing up, I remember all the grandfathers and grandmothers were Caymanians. So this is a reason for a lot of Caymanians to come out to and support for a good purpose. Every single dollar that's going to be made from this event will go directly to the school.
You know, we were talking the other day that if you want to hear the genuine traditional Caymanian accent, down at Guanaja, the people down there, they sound like right out in the 1940s or something,
Absolutely.
right?
And tickets are only $25.
How do you get tickets?
You can get them at Funky Tangs. You can get them on eventpro.ky, and then you can also contact 928-6943, which is the Banaka Care Club. And yeah, just WhatsApp and reserve your ticket. It's only $25.
Can you just come and pay at the door?
Definitely, yes.
You're not going to turn anybody away, right?
No way. No way.
And once again, tell us where it's going to be.
It's going to be at Singh's Roti Shop on Mary Street.
Yes.
So it's going to be inside and outside?
Outside and
inside.
And if anyone wants to come just to donate some money, $1, 50 cents, everybody is welcome.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Counts.
Okay.
And I think what we could have done is ask for materials, but to get them there is a lot, because even to today, we have to take at least 2 planes and a boat to get to the island.
So
unless
transporting material would be a lot of headaches.
Yeah, so we could have done that, but it's a lot easier to get the money. The conversion rate is a lot stronger, and then purchase the equipment, paint, mold removers, getting all the services. I mean, one day, if we can get a whole group to go over there and do some stuff, that would be the ideal situation. But this is our first fundraiser, and we hope to do some more because, this is how things start, and you just continue going.
Now, some people might have some thoughts about, this money's going overseas. You have things in place that to make sure that this is going to the school?
Yes. So the Savannah Bite Care Club is an NPO that's registered here in Cayman. So we do have an account there, and we can, we have someone responsible in Honduras as a contact person who is leading up the project. So definitely we have that communication that we've been doing. So this is, I'd say, the first large event. In the past, the other events that we did do were actually creating little what is it called when you do like the parade, like a band? We created bands and went down there, took costumes, and we even got some costumes from the late Miss Reba. And so Honduras actually does a carnival. When I say carnival, like a parade through the island, it's literally one street. We take costumes down for the kids. Christmas time, we get people to donate gifts and stuff, and we create care packages for the kids.
So this is an ongoing organization.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't have done this show if they weren't good people.
Yeah.
Just to throw that out there.
I think this is the real first time that we've ever asked for monetary donations.
Yeah, well, being a registered NPO, you have to account for where these funds go.
Exactly.
So if people can rest assured it's going to end up in the right hands.
Absolutely.
How many students are at this school?
Well, currently there are no students at the school because of the condition of the school. So a lot of them have to go over to the other island called Loki. So they get ready very early in the morning. They have to get onto a boat, on a ferry, go over there. Children as young as 4 years old, taking boats, holding each other's hands.
So you want to fix this school up so they don't have to go through all that just to attend school.
Exactly.
Oh, that's definitely,
There's no preschool, no other. I think there's probably
the kindergarten gone as well.
That's probably all that there is, but I mean, only a small facility, but it doesn't house the rest of the students.
I wasn't even aware that it was closed down. It's closed down completely, is what you're telling me?
Yep.
So all the kids in Savannah Bite have to go to Loki.
Yes.
Or Mango Bite.
So that's coming out of parents' pocket because the kids have to be transported.
So they have to pay for that boat ride.
Wow.
Yes.
Go to school.
Yep. And then back. And that's every single day. And then, as you can imagine, a lot of kids just drop out of school and end up being a part of this community that, is...
And we don't need no more kids that don't want to be in school.
Oh, really?
We really don't need that.
So Saturday... But when does it start?
Starts at 6:00, and we're gonna go until the last song of the night, and that's it. So we want people to come out, come celebrate with us. We're partying for a great cause, so please come out.
So tickets on Eventpro or Funky Tangs are available right at the door.
Correct.
Well, I hope you have a very successful fundraiser. It certainly is, a worthy cause for keep those kids from having to take a boat to go to school.
Yeah.
Otra noche en Guanajuato, esto es Zacatau. Aquí vamos pa'l party and there ain't no backing down. The way you move for me, the things you do for me. Yo quiero bailar contigo para eternity and party tonight.
Be it Sings Roti Shop.
Sings Roti Shop.
Yeah.
September 13th. See you there.
All right. That does it for Talk Today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charles Glidden. Have a good afternoon.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.